Arena, 4400 Shepherd's Road, Louisville, Kentucky, for your television main event of the evening. And ladies and gentlemen, this is Falls Count Anywhere. Ladies and gentlemen, introducing first, 225 pounds from New York, the Buck. The Iron Man, as you saw just a minute ago, has gone one by one through every man who betrayed him in the cage match. Through Turk John Jellick, through Omar Akbar, through Ali Akbar, through Ben Hameen, and the one man who has been avoiding him week after week has been Pat Buck, a.k.a. now the Buck. But the man who he has wanted to get his hands on, who just points to the home of OVW, is none other than the Iron Man, Rob Conway.
Thank you, pointed out. He went through a lot of them, but he ain't gone through Pat Buck. He's going to have to prove that tonight.
His opponent, 236 pounds from New Albany, Indiana, the Iron Man, Rob Conway. Ray Ramsey calling for the Bell Europe TV main event, and we are gone, ladies and gentlemen. The fists are flying. This is all about everything that's been happening for the last month and a half to the Iron Man, Rob Conway. He's been brewing, he's been stewing, and he's been waiting to get his hands on Pat Buck.
Well, I don't particularly like the way he went to get there. He started just messing with people that had nothing to do with their problems. Turk John, Omar, Ali.
They had everything to do with it.
They were innocent bystanders. His problem was with Pat Buck, and that's who he should have settled up with like a man. But oh no, he had to go make an example out of everybody else.
That's like saying every member of a gang that's involved in the gang fight's just an idle member. Every one of those guys took it to the Iron Man, Rob Conway, and he was not going to forget it anytime soon.
Rob Conway reminds me of the Guns, Glory, and God group. He picked on everybody except for the one he needed to be settling up with. His problem was with Buck, so now he's got, I imagine he does have Buck thinking after he single-handedly took care of the rest of the insurgency. But let's see if he's quite as bad against Pat Buck tonight. I don't think he will be.
Well, right now, Iron Man Rob Conway is not giving the Buck a second to breathe. One chop after another from the Iron Man Rob Conway. And keep in mind, ladies and gentlemen, Falls Count Anywhere. Senior referee Ray Ramsey following these two. And the Buck looks like he's heading for the hills. But the Iron Man Rob Conway is in hot pursuit right here in front of the television desk. Oh man, what a fist for the Iron Man. And they've disappeared through the curtain. No, not quite.
Well, Falls Count Anywhere, Dean. It can happen in there. It can happen out in the parking lot. It could be up in the seats. It could be over here on the desk.
Buck was trying to go for the parking lot, but Conway caught him halfway out the door.
I heard
Puts
that.
his forehead into the steel reinforcement frame. Oh, and Buck takes an opportunity to put an elbow into the chest of the Iron Man.
If Pat Buck is smart, he's got a vehicle running outside, waiting for him outside that door. This might be more of a dangerous match than he wants to be involved in. Conway won't let this thing go.
And the Iron Man kicks out.
I mean, we got a new president. Indiana's now a blue state. Look out! Come on!
As the Buck just puts Iron Man Rob Conway's head into the television desk.
Look out!
Oh, and he just knocks
Pat
down
Buck!
Debbie, our production
See what he
assistant.
did?
Oh, man!
Mackerel.
But the Iron Man saw it coming and returned the favor for the production assistant
King
as
Pat
he
Buck.
put the chest and the kick into the chair. Here's the cover. 1, 2, Buck kicks out.
He pushed her right out of that chair, Dean. I didn't even think Pat Buck could go there.
Hopefully she's okay right now.
She's not looking okay.
Ray Ramsey checking in on her, apparently okay, but our focus still has to be on what's happening in front of you, ladies and gentlemen.
Might want
It's
to
been
get somebody out
brewing
here
for
to take
too
a look at
long.
that poor girl.
The Iron Man, Rob Conway, and the Buck. And the Iron Man right now has the advantage as Buck is crawling, just trying to get back up to his
Well, I
feet.
tell you what, I can understand having personal differences between these two, but hitting a poor production assistant out here that had nothing to do with the match, I got a problem with that.
What excitement we've got going on here, ladies and gentlemen. The cover, 1, 2. The 2 count. Taking up, I've just been handed something, ladies and gentlemen. I'll read to you here in a little bit, a return of an OVW alumni. I'll mention that before we get off the air. Oh, big boot, big knee, another running knee. Another one into the chest of the Iron Man, Rob Conway from the Buck.
Well, I said earlier that Pat Buck was going to have his opportunity to finally settle it with Conway once and for all. Maybe he just got caught up in the moment.
Hold it, Buck is grabbed it.
What is he doing?
He's grabbed Cornbread's camera. What in the world?
What is he doing?
Oh, man, he just puts the camera into the forehead,
well, there's an angle.
area.
There's an angle you don't normally get.
Well, that camera's probably no good any longer.
Yeah.
Well, Buck right now with the advantage hooks the far leg. 1, 2.
These new
the 2 count. Well, I thought it was a 3. It was a 2 count.
They almost had him, but these new high-definition cameras they're made of amazing quality these days, Dean.
Well, that was high def on your TV set at home, ladies and gentlemen. You just saw the eyeball of Iron Man Rob Conway come into your living room.
1080p, baby, 1080p.
Right now, the Buck with the advantage, trying to cut off the blood and the airflow to the brain of the Iron Man. The Iron Man rotates towards the hole, gets back up to his feet.
You know what? Maybe Pat Buck was just so caught up in it, he didn't even realize that was a girl in that chair. He was just caught up in the moment, and he wanted the chair. Maybe I shouldn't be so hard on the guy.
Both these men right now are staggered. The Iron Man with the slight advantage, but you can't tell it by the look of the Iron Man.
She did kind of getting away.
And the Buck, quickly, the Buck sees the opportunity, grabs the headlock on the Iron Man. Rob Conway again trying to cut off the airflow and the blood flow to the brain of the Iron Man.
I bet if he had the opportunity right now, he would send his condolences back to Beulah and apologize to her.
Another big fist to the face of the Iron Man, Rob Conway.
I don't think he's going to say any apologies to Rob Conway.
Not worried about apologizing or anything right now. These two guys have been waiting for better than a month to get their hands on each other. I should say the Iron Man's been waiting. The Buck has been hiding every place he could hide until he finally he couldn't stand it anymore. The Iron Man was so into the Buck's head that the Buck just decided to cut to the chase.
Now here I got hot at him for kicking over the production assistant. But now you label him as a coward and said he was hiding. I don't think he was hiding. He was strategically placing himself in the right place at the right time for the right match.
Oh, the 2.
That's
right
almost
now,
over.
That arm falls again. Buck wins this. The Iron Man not going to have it as he has to pull it from the depths of going to sleep. The Iron Man is fighting his way back to consciousness.
Pat Buck just needs to cinch that thing up a little tighter, put him back out.
Buck jumps up on top, trying to cinch that hold in, trying to cut off the airflow and the blood flow again. But however, the Iron Man works his way back into the corner. Buck still staying on top of the Iron Man.
There you go, hang with it, Pat.
Again, the Iron Man driving Pat Buck into the corner. Buck works his way out, comes back again from behind.
See, we still do not know what has exactly happened to cause these two to hate each other so bad, to cause Pat Buck to want to go to the places he's gone to with him.
How quickly do we forget that cage match, Bowling? My goodness, over the top. Keep in mind, false count anyway, ladies and gentlemen.
That led to something. He turned on him for a reason. We don't know what those reasons are. I remember the cage match. I was here carrying
those are your reasons.
I was here carrying your butt as normal.
Hold on. Iron Man, what a running clothesline on the Buck. Puts the second one on Pat Buck. Puts him down. False counting anywhere.
The ref counting.
A couple of elbows.
That's right.
From the Buck. That's right. It's Sagari from Buck on the Iron Man and staggers the Iron Man. This may be the opportunity. But you see the American flag waving in the background. The Iron Man trying to get back up to his feet.
There you go. Pat Buck looking pretty confident right now.
The crowd offering inspiration.
Bam.
Buck comes off double axe handle across the head of the Iron Man. The people waving the American flag are screaming, "Come on, Rob! Come on, Rob!" And down goes the Iron Man. Could be the opportunity. 1, 2. Iron Man kicks out.
Nothing but concrete under about an inch of padding there. Believe me, it don't do much good.
Buck thought it was all over, but the climb of the Iron Man kicks out again, showing the heart of the Iron Man, Rob Conway.
This crowd is getting loud.
Buck is wasting his time jaw-jacking with the people here on the front row.
Well, Conway apparently has a large contingency of fat women that support him.
Buck for some reason has climbed up.
Sticking their nose in the match.
He's climbed into the crowd here. He's grabbed the American flag against away from one of our fan faithful. And throws the flag on the ground. Despicable act.
Here we go. This could be it for Conway.
Buck climbs and comes up. The Iron Man comes up with the flag.
Conway used that flag as a weapon. That dirty SOB.
He puts the flag up off the ground. The American flag should never touch the ground, ladies and gentlemen. Here in the crowd at Davis Arena USA, USA!
Well, it should never be planted up against the head of Pat Buck either. You want to get technical about it.
Oh, is this
No,
it looks
he
like
went
yes, the
down.
Eagle Trip! The Eagle Trip,
No,
is this
wait,
it?
one,
two!
He got him. What the help of the American flag?
Your winner, ladies and gentlemen, the Iron Man, Rob Conway!